We apologize for the interruption to the broadcast. A national emergency warning will soon be broadcast. We apologize for the interruption to the broadcast. A national emergency warning will soon be broadcast. We apologize for the interruption to the broadcast. A national emergency warning will soon be broadcast. This is an emergency warning. The current threat level is watch and act, meaning an emergency is happening and you must act now, to ensure the safety of you, and those around you. At 12:22 p.m., a helicopter crashed into a building into the Sydney CBD area, killing approximately 350 people, and injuring approximately 500. The building was evacuated and it has subsequently collapsed. Since then, many other helicopters have suddenly lost control, and crashed into buildings and streets, killing those inside and around them. We advise you to stay indoors, near a window, and try to spot any helicopters or other vehicles near you. If they begin to lose control, leave the vicinity immediately. Being in an area where a vehicle will crash will risk death. If you have family members at work or school, do not go to collect them. They will have procedures to handle this situation, so do not endanger yourself by attempting to collect them. If you are in a vehicle, pull over now and exit the vehicle immediately, so as to avoid being in a collision and causing harm to yourself and the other occupants. Australian Air Traffic Control have ordered all flights to ground immediately and land at any open space. This is an emergency update. The current threat level remains unchanged, that being watch and act, meaning there is a present danger you must be aware of to keep you and your family safe. For more consistent updates, tune to 531 kHz on the AM band on a battery-powered radio. Gas, heating, electric, internet and phone services may be deactivated as vehicles may crash into places where these services originate from. The Prime Minister has been evacuated to a secure location, safe from any vehicles and dangerous objects. He will now address the Australian people.
Greetings to those watching the broadcast. As you know, I am the Prime Minister of our country. The chaos that has randomly erupted has crippled our infrastructure, and our remaining officials approximate the death toll at 19,000. Cellular and internet connections have been shut down to prevent further damages. We advise the public to shut off their gas supplies immediately to prevent explosions in your households. We do not know what has caused the sudden chaos from crashing vehicles. We are working as hard as we can to find out. Other countries are attempting to make contact with us, and we will report the information to you as it becomes available. Unfortunately, our communication systems are heavily damaged, and this is taking longer than usual. We will keep you updated on television channels and more consistently on 531 kHz on the AM band. We hope that you stay safe.
This is a major emergency. The Prime Minister is dead. He has suddenly turned to dust and disappeared while giving the message previously broadcast. The Prime Minister is assumed to be dead, and it will be treated as such. A new Prime Minister will be sworn in. We assume that the sudden disintegration of the Prime Minister is the cause of vehicle crashes and failures of major services. We believe people are disappearing, and that this is causing vehicles to crash without a driver or pilot. We don't know how the disappearing works, but people have theorized that it is random and you may turn to dust at any moment. We advise you to spend time near your loved ones as you or one of them may suddenly disappear and subsequently die. This could happen at any time, so be aware that you or someone you know could suddenly turn to dust and die. Spend time with your loved ones. Do not go outside. Crashing vehicles and major system failures still pose a major threat to your safety. Contacts have begun with other nations to determine the cause of this event and find out where else it is occurring. The United States have reported this issue to their public, but the president has been declared missing, and a new president will be sworn in the place of President Trump. The UK have also reported the issue, and the Houses of Parliament was struck by a plane while in session, leaving most members dead and the rest seriously injured. The Prime Minister was not present at the time. The Queen was evacuated to a secure location, but has also been declared missing, and Prince Charles has been crowned King of the UK and its territories.
This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended indefinitely. Stand by for updates. This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended indefinitely. Stand by for updates. This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended indefinitely. Stand by for updates. This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended indefinitely. Stand by for updates. Please, stand by for updates. New information is being received, and you will be updated. Ensure your device is clearly audible. Stand by for further information. Please, stand by for updates. New information is being received, and you will be updated. Ensure your device is clearly audible. Stand by for further information. This is an emergency message. The current threat level is critical, meaning a dangerous event is imminent or in progress, and you are in serious danger. A British Airlines flight travelling from Barcelona to London has recently crashed at the Houses of Parliament. It was in session at the time and most people inside were killed and all were at least seriously injured. The Prime Minister was on her way to the Houses of Parliament at the time of the accident, and was not harmed. We can confirm that the situation was purely accidental, and was not a deliberate act from the pilots or from hijackers. The black box shows that, while flying nearby to the Houses of Parliament, the pilot and the co-pilot vanishes and the plane begins to lose altitude, until it crashes into the Houses of Parliament. After talking to various nations, we can confirm that this is a random act where people randomly disintegrate. The Australian Prime Minister disintegrated while giving a message to his citizens live on TV and radio. President Trump is reported to be missing, and it is believed that he has disintegrated. The royal family were evacuated when vehicles began to crash and major systems began to fail, but the Queen was reported missing, and it is believed that she has disintegrated. Due to this, Prince Charles has been crowned king. We have been informed that people are randomly turning to dust and dying. We advise you to spend time with your loved ones, as you or one of them may turn to dust and die. We will continue to update.
This is an emergency broadcast from the Unified Intelligence Task Force. The current situation involving people randomly disappearing and subsequently dying is an act of war upon the planet. We have been in contact with sources from outside this planet and from within. According to the Wakandan government, a major battle took place in an attempt to defend one of 6 powerful objects known as the Infinity Stones, objects with immense power which grants the wielder with immense power. An alien from the moon of Saturn known as Titan came to Earth and retrieved it. He collected all 6, which granted him with infinite power. In his mission to end overpopulation within the wider universe, he wiped 50% of all life in the universe from existence. This is completely random, so the rich and poor, the good and the evil alike would all have a 50% chance of dying. He has left the planet. We have word that the Wakandan king T'Challa has disintegrated, and his younger sister Shuri is alleged to take over within the next few days. Our contacts with other sources tell us his army which surrounded Earth has left and returned to the alien, known as Thanos. We have contacted the Doctor, who is traveling to Earth. He has contacted the Shadow Proclamation, who inform us that such an act upon the universe is of the highest evil and will be treated as such. We believe that the universe is gearing up for war. The Shadow Proclamation offered to help the Earth with rebuilding in exchange for fighting against Thanos in the war. The UN has considered taking the offer, but their main fighter, Mr. Tony Stark, went missing after a battle in New York 8 days ago and he is presumed deceased. Many of Earth's fighters are believed to be dead and the Doctor has sworn to find a way to fight this. According to the Shadow Proclamation and the Doctor, the Daleks are willing to aid the rest of the universe in fighting Thanos in his army. Further updates will continue. We will now return to the BBC.
This is the emergency alert system. The situation in which people are randomly turning to dust and dying seems to have stopped. People are reported to have stopped disappearing, but the death toll is estimated at 3.75 billion. This means around half of Earth's human population is dead. This means essential services will suffer for an indefinite period of time, as people who maintain these services are gone, and the amount of people who can maintain them is cut in half. You are advised to remain in your homes or shelters until tomorrow, to make sure the danger is over. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. local time, the all-clear sirens will sound a steady note. The U.S. government thanks you for your patience and calmness during this situation and disorder. However, President Donald Trump turned to dust on approximately the 29th of April at around 10:30 a.m. A new president was sworn in the following day and he will serve the remainder of Trump's term. Many other world leaders have turned to dust. The Australian Prime Minister turned to dust on live television. The Unified Intelligence Task Force has been in contact with extraterrestrial police known as the Shadow Proclamation, who aim to aid us in our recovery efforts, but in return we must fight the war against Thanos, the alien from Titan who caused this. As mentioned in the unit broadcast, Earth is not the only planet to suffer this fate. This has occurred across the whole universe, and it is theories that half the population of the entire universe has been wiped out. We must pray for our fellow humans on Earth, and our fellow life forms across the stars, as we unite as one to fight the common enemy. Mourn the dead, and remember your loved ones. This is a day of mourning.
This is the Shadow Proclamation talking to your people from deep space. We have heard of your troubles, and we express our deepest condolences. We have suffered similar pain. But now is not the time to mourn. Thanos is the target, and he has brought bloodshed to the universe. The universe will not stand, and we will fight Thanos until the end. We have offered your leaders help with your recovery, in exchange for fighting. You must fight, all of you. We will arrive to Earth and you will be trained in military combat, to fight Thanos and his army. We will take the fight to him. He will pay for the blood he has spilt across the cosmos. And we ask you this. Will you help us? For we must fight to the end. We must beat Thanos. Humanity are among the most developed species in the Milky Way yet remain some of the most isolated. We will stop that. Humanity will be able to travel among the stars. Take the offer, and we will help you. This is an excellent offer and many species have taken it. We await your answer.